Hello out there in cryptocurrency land. Welcome back to Real Crypto. Thank you for joining me once again today. So Bitcoin's continuing its rally off of the lows here towards 7,400, already up towards 9,000, $1,600 gain. That's pretty good, and it looks like we have more to go. Actually, it looks like we have some more to go. My latest analysis, most recent, has us sitting at 9,600, and that may not actually be the end of it. We're so close to 10,000. We may test the top over here of this most recent high right here, the top of the bear flag, which was basically the high here was 98.90. So we could get really up towards that 10,000 level. That definitely could be a possibility before failing lower. There is some strength here. Looking at the 2-hour chart, you can see on the most right side of this chart we have a good amount of green volume. Looks like the bears have really subsided their selling for now. Really, even until here that they were still selling some, but so far we haven't seen them show up yet. We'll see if they pop back into the picture, but so far they're kind of stepping aside, letting the buyers take over, which may be a good thing. There seems to be more buyers here than I think the bears anticipated. Now, from a technical perspective, what we have here is we have kind of like we have a bear flag not really meeting its full potential, but it did move to the downside. So what's the next move? Well, the next move is this uptrend, whatever this ends up being, and whenever this plays itself out is really where it's really where the rubber's going to hit the road. If we just continue moving higher and the volume gets lower, let's go back to the daily chart. So we could conceivably move higher as volume declines, and then what would happen in that scenario if that occurs? Like you saw here on this most recent rise in Bitcoin, we saw it in lower volume with a very anemic volume day putting in the top. We could see something similar happen. In which case it may just roll over and fail without sellers even really getting involved. It's really just the buyers, like all the people that want to buy Bitcoin are getting involved right now. And then what happens is Bitcoin price goes up, the sellers step aside, and they just wait for the buyers to exhaust themselves. And then when the buyers exhaust themselves, then the sellers can step back in and can start selling their Bitcoin at slightly higher prices. So that right now is what appears to be happening in Bitcoin with the declining volume, with the rising prices. It looks like that. If this were to be a healthier rise, I would like to see some sustained volume, okay? So as you can see over here, right, we at least have a few days up in a row of high volume, right? We don't have steadily declining volume. Here we have steadily declining volume, and that really looks like we're just floating higher is really what it is. We're floating higher, and we're still under the 200-day moving average. We're still under the 50-day moving average, and we're also still underneath this overall trend line, which I did redraw to encapsulate this most recent peak, basically because the time series kind of calls for it. So I did move this from here over to here. Okay, this is the most recent high. It's a little more important than this high is now, so this is more important than this high. And so I moved that trend line, and so we're still kind of in a bearish market. We could definitely come up here. Like I said, 10,000 is not too far away. All right, we could get there before rolling over again. Really have to see what the volume does, but like as of right now in the moment, Bitcoin's rallying. That's all there is to be said. There's a tradable rally happening here, and we'll see where we end up exhausting ourselves, or if we do. If this changes around and we get like a very nice, cup with handle, or a double bottom, or inverse head and shoulders, or some kind of accumulation pattern, okay? Because like, remember this bounce off of 6,000, how I really wasn't bullish on it? And yeah, there was money left on the table here, but this cup with handle is an extremely high quality entry point, and this is the entry point that I want to take. I don't want to take this entry because while there's money to be made, and yes, money was made by some individuals, I don't mind because I like to take the safer entry and protect my capital. So that's kind of what happened there. Then literally we went up, actually went cash like over here really well. And then the market came back up, went cash again. I bought a little bit more over here, went cash again, and then started shorting over here. Now I'm kind of in wait and see mode again, where I want to see what the market's going to do. I don't want to project any opinions onto the market. All right, we are going higher. Looks like we will continue higher, but if the sellers decide to step in and slap us down, guys, it's a bear market. That can literally happen at any time. Now, I don't want to scare you out of your position. Really, all I ask of you is that you have a stop loss order in place. Wherever your strategy tells you to put it, have that stop loss in place, and you know, protect those profits that you're getting here, because you know they may be the last profit for, you know, the next leg down whenever that starts, and then, you know, the next week or two, however long that leg down lasts. So that's pretty much my take on the markets right now, ladies and gentlemen. Bitcoin rallying, but more than likely a shorter term rally. Oh, actually, you know what? I just saw something else. I don't know why anyone else, I don't know if anyone's pointed this out, but I literally just saw this. So if you stay with my videos, looks like you get a little bit of a bonus. Little bit. Now, this isn't an exactly perfect head and shoulders, and that actually right there, look at that. That takes us right to 10,000, right to that peak. So maybe that's where this goes. Maybe that's where this goes and not this measured move. So if you stuck with the video, thanks for watching the whole thing. You got a little bit of a bonus there. Not my best inverted head and shoulders pattern. Okay, there's really no right side shoulder over here. But you could consider that a form of an inverted head and shoulders. And like I said earlier, we could go to 10,000. This kind of solidifies it. We definitely could go towards 10,000. So let's see what the buyers have to offer here over the next couple of days, what kind of volume they put in. If we start to see some increased volume on the daily chart, like if this day ends up having good volume and it's above this previous day's volume, maybe equal with the prior day's volume like that, then maybe we're in a different situation. Where maybe the market can try to start and reverse itself. Guys, it has a lot of work to do. This isn't just going to go straight up. There's a lot of pain that's been involved. People have left the market, and they're not going to come back as Bitcoin goes from, you know, 8,000 to 10,000. That's not going to bring everyone back, okay? You know, this is bear markets are psychological more than they are technical, and it's a lot of work that needs to happen before we can come all the way back. So anyway, guys, enough ranting from me. There you go. Thanks for joining me today, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you tomorrow in the Power Hour. And if I don't see you there, I will see you next time.